At a Halloween party in a fancy Beverly Hills mansion, Coltrane, Wilder, and Ebony show up in costume, but they're not just there for the festivities, they've got a robbery in mind. With the coast clear, Coltrane quietly lets in his crew, Stro, Dion, and Choi. They slip inside and head straight for a private poker game. Things move fast, they grab the cash, keeping things tight and controlled. But Dion can't resist snatching a Patek Philippe watch, even though Coltrane told him not to. It's risky, the watch is traceable. Once the job done, they all mix with the costumed guests and slip out. Coltrane and Ebony leave unnoticed, just another couple in the crowd. Then the scene shifts to Detective Isaiah Styles. He stops by to see his father, Amos, but things are tense between them. He doesn't stick around long. Instead, he heads out on a raid with his partner, Yvette Cruz. Their target, a kidnapped cartel leader's daughter. During the rescue, Detective Styles shoots the kidnapper and saves the girl. Back at the station, Detective Rick Vigiano brings Styles up to speed on the Halloween mansion heist. Vigiano's got his eye on the stolen watch as a lead. Styles is convinced the crew behind the robbery is the same group that killed Manny Shaw. Chief Seeley isn't interested. He tells Styles to let it go and focus on his own career. Meanwhile, Coltrane divvies up the robbery take with his crew. The guys want to pull 2 more jobs. They all warn Dion again, don't try to sell the watch. Later, Detective Styles sits down for dinner with his partner, Candice. She's clearly frustrated. He's missed their anniversary and spends too much time working. On another front, Ebony tells Coltrane she wants to leave this life after her miscarriage. Coltrane promises he'll follow her out. Detective Styles can't shake his obsession with the Manny Shaw case. He spends the night staring at his evidence board, connecting dots. With Coltrane, Wilder, and Detective Isaiah Styles, each chasing their own goals, but you can sense they're on a crash course that's going to pull them both into the same trouble. At a jewelry store just hit by robbers, Detectives Isaiah Styles and Yvette Cruz dig into the details, interviewing employees and zeroing in on how the job went down. Right away, they spot a young woman claiming to be a customer, but she's clearly lying an inside plant. The more they investigate, the clearer it gets. This wasn't just a smash and grab, it was military-level organized. Turns out, it matches the pattern from earlier heists. Styles isn't only juggling the case. His phone buzzes, family therapy. Yvette gives him a look, he better show up. At the session, Candice confronts Styles about constantly being absent and lays out the ground rules if he wants back in, including showing up at a gala. Back at the station, Styles and Yvette link the robberies. All the stores hit are owned by the same person. Then a witness comes forward, mentioning a suspect kept saying K and C-Day, gang code obviously. Styles connects this case to the Halloween heist and pushes Captain Seeley to launch a task force. Coltrane learns the cops are getting close. He starts tightening his grip on his crew, especially worried about Dion and the stolen watch, a ticking time bomb that could unravel everything. Meanwhile, Coltrane's contact, Charlie, sets up a diamond swap without telling him. Charlie's also planning to deal with Dion during the exchange. Sensing betrayal, Coltrane readies himself. At the meet, Choi waits in the wings as a sniper. The buyers try to pull something, reaching for their guns. Instantly, Coltrane's crew fires back, wiping out everyone. Diamonds spill across the floor, bodies everywhere. And Charlie, he kills Bianca, tying up loose ends. Then it's Thanksgiving. Styles heads home for dinner with Candice and their son. All seems quiet until Amos comes over, sparking a vicious argument. Amos calls Noah Little Nightmare, a name linked to Styles' dead brother. Styles loses it and throws Amos out, the fight bleeding into his marriage. Coltrane celebrates with his crew at home. His sister Ella brings food and mentions Ebony's miscarriage, saying it's for the best, which creates instant tension. A fresh detective, Jamal Brinkley, joins the team and backs Styles' theory. They start pinning up names, Dion, Stro, Choi, and finally Coltrane, Wilder. Styles locks eyes on Coltrane's name, knowing the hunt is officially on. Detective Isaiah Styles is digging through Coltrane Wilder's past again, searching old case files until he stumbles on a connection to a guy named Darren. They did time together in Lancaster. Up in the bullpen, Captain Seeley keeps a tight grip on the case. He snaps out a 48-hour ultimatum, calls the hunt for Coltrane a circus, but Styles just shrugs off the nerves. He keeps his crew moving, Cerullo, Brinkley, and Yvette, putting eyes on Coltrane's team, every step monitored. Meanwhile, Coltrane catches heat from his boss, Charlie. Charlie slides Styles' file across the table and warns him Dion's a problem, a weak link. He tells Coltrane to get Ebony ready just in case they need to vanish. Not long after, Coltrane figures out they're under watch. He wastes no time. Armed with Charlie's intel, his crew tracks down the detectives, trailing their families, school runs, office addresses, the whole deal. The warning is sharp as a knife, back off. Before things get out of hand, Styles carves out a quiet moment with his son. He and Noah shoot hoops, talk things over. Noah brings up his grandfather, Amos. He wants to reconnect, but Styles isn't interested. Too much old pain, too many things left unsaid. Later that night, the city throws a gala and worlds start to bleed together. Coltrane arrives, smooth and unbothered, and studies Styles like he's reading a playbook. He buys a round of drinks, keeps the chatter philosophical, says he's like Prometheus, carrying fire and sacrifice for the future. Styles watches carefully, masking every ounce of stress. When Coltrane leaves, Styles pockets his glass for a DNA test. Back at the station, things finally break open. Forensics links DNA from the jewelry heist explosives. It's the proof they've been dying for. But then Coltrane's crew takes things up a notch. They break into Harvey's place, the guy who owns the stolen watch, and force him to cooperate. Harvey backs off, drops the charges, and just like that, Captain Seeley tells Styles to close everything down. That night, Coltrane sits with Ebony. He tells her it's over, no evidence, no worry, and calls the next move the last job. Charlie offers them $1 million ketamine heist. Coltrane takes the deal. One last score to change their lives before the baby comes. The cars, everything. Dion leaves with hidden weapons and is full on. Isaiah doesn't wait around. He pushes for a warrant, using Dion's link to Coltrane, and leads a task force straight into Coltrane's real estate office and his home. No tiptoeing, he goes all in. The DA backs him up as they move to freeze Coltrane's accounts. They want to box Coltrane in and strip him of everything he's built. Behind the scenes, Ebony makes her own moves, meeting up with Candace and pretending she's just another victim of Isaiah's obsession. She carefully feeds Candace doubts, prying her away from her husband, a little at a time. Isaiah's case starts to fall apart. The raids come up empty, nothing solid, just circumstantial scraps. Witnesses clam up or vanish. The case loses steam fast. Even his own team isn't sure about him anymore. They question whether he's chasing justice or just chasing ghosts. At the hideout, Coltrane lays out his next steps. Public pressure means nothing now. He's ready to hit back directly. The plan: strike at Isaiah and the Armenian mob boss who crossed him. He details a risky infiltration of the boss's heavily guarded penthouse, all off the books. As the crew gears up for the heist, you can tell, this war is only just getting started. Isaiah Styles is desperate. He's out of time, running out of moves, and his case has pretty much fallen apart. So he throws out a last-ditch plan. Lure Coltrane out by using Andrei Malakian, that Armenian crime boss who burned Coltrane's crew earlier, as bait. Isaiah just wants to pull everyone into the same room and finish the fight, for good. Things kick off when Coltrane and his guys storm Malakian's penthouse, itching for revenge after Dion's death. Isaiah sees it coming and sets up his task force to catch them mid-attack, but nobody expects Coltrane to drag Amos Styles, Isaiah's estranged father, into the chaos. Suddenly, Amos is part of the crew. Century City erupts into a full-blown shootout. Bullets fly everywhere, cops clash with Coltrane's gang, and everything falls apart fast. Officers drop, chaos reigns, and Chris Choi and Stroh get hurt, ending up in handcuffs. Isaiah, caught off guard by seeing his own father fighting with Coltrane, freezes. In the commotion, Coltrane manages to slip away, thanks to Detective Harper, Charlie's inside man. Afterward, Isaiah's career tanks right in front of him. Captain Seeley suspends him, strips him of badge and gun, and Isaiah won't give up his source. Now he's isolated, everyone's looking at him sideways. Still, he's laser-focused on one thing: Amos. He knows his father, labeled a cop killer, is about to become the hunted and races to find him first. Meanwhile, Coltrane and Charlie decide Amos has to go, tying up loose ends before fleeing. Isaiah finds Amos just before the cops do. He begs his father to surrender and own up, but there's no closure. Amos slips away and heads to Isaiah's house, where he meets his grandson Noah and lays it all out. Noah, shattered by the truth, pleads with him to turn himself in. Coltrane tracks Amos to Isaiah's guest house. When Amos realizes what's about to happen, he hands Noah his gun and tells him to hide. Coltrane stands in the Styles' living room, having just killed Amos. He doesn't realize Noah is hiding nearby, silent and terrified, watching the whole thing from inside a drawer. Before he leaves, Coltrane leaves one chilling message for the house. Now we are even, Styles. Checkmate. Isaiah rushes in just moments later and finds Amos dead. He sees Noah clutching the gun. Then Candace shows up with the police close behind. Everything's chaotic. The cops take one look and jump to conclusions. Either Isaiah or Noah must be responsible. No one wants to hear an explanation. They suspend Isaiah and slap him with house arrest, ankle monitor and all. He can't even get a lawyer. Captain Seeley decides to play hardball, giving Yvette the whole investigation and warning her that her future hangs in the balance. Down at the station, Noah tries to explain. Coltrane was the shooter. The police aren't interested since Noah's so close to Isaiah. They put out an APB for Coltrane. Ebony tells Coltrane not to bolt just yet. She thinks they can handle things if they stay and play smart instead of running. It's not simple, though. The ballistics report says Isaiah's own service weapon was used to kill Amos. Isaiah swears he already gave the gun back to Seeley, which only muddies the water. Just to make things messier, surveillance shows Detective Harper giving Coltrane a package around the same time. With Coltrane in the wind, Ebony steps up and starts running the crew. She calls the wives together, hands out cash, and assigns orders to keep things from falling apart. Pretty soon she's sitting at the police station with Coltrane and their lawyers, pretending they're just victims of a crooked police setup. Then Ebony decides to get bold and manipulate Malik, using the fact that he's involved with Candace. She blackmails him, forcing him to go easy when the case hits court. That way, Coltrane keeps his advantage. Meanwhile, Candace wants to help Isaiah. She agrees to wear a bugged necklace and heads over to see Ebony, pretending she's worried about Ebony's safety from Coltrane. During their talk, Ebony lets it slip that she knows someone put a hit out on Noah. The cops are listening and charge in to arrest her, but she keeps her mouth shut about who ordered the hit. Isaiah goes to check on Noah and finds him gone. Panic sets in. Noah vanished without a trace. Now, the search for Coltrane becomes a desperate hunt for a missing child, and everything spins out of control. Ebony holds it together, but she's tense, you can tell. While she's being interrogated, she manages to sneak out a warning to Coltrane. Detectives press Ebony even harder about Noah, backing her into a corner. She's left with an impossible choice: protect her sister and stay loyal to Coltrane, or spill what she knows to save Noah. In the end, she chooses Noah. She steps in and cancels Charlie's hit against him. Charlie doesn't waste time, he flips the hit onto Coltrane instead. Then we find out Noah left by choice. Driven by revenge for Amos's death, he heads to a party hosted by Amos's old gang, hoping for backup. The gang agrees to help him hunt down Coltrane. Things get messy fast when Styles tracks Noah down and brings him home. But while everyone's distracted, Styles quietly arranges a hit on Coltrane, cranking the showdown all the way up. Coltrane isn't just waiting around, he's planning his own extraction for Ebony and a way to take back the situation. Soon, the city feels like a war zone, with cops, hitmen, and Noah's crew all racing toward the same target. In the chaos, cars speeding, shots fired, bodies in the street. Noah finally catches up to Coltrane and draws his weapon. Coltrane tries to talk Noah down, begging him not to let it turn deadly. Before anyone can decide what happens, one of the hitmen bursts in and shoots Noah in the leg. Everything explodes. Coltrane grabs Noah's leg, pushes for a last-minute deal with Styles, and lays it out. Let him walk free and Styles can save his son. Styles goes for it. Coltrane slips away and Noah's fate hangs in the balance. The season closes in a hush, Styles left wrestling with a choice that changes all the rules.